So not true. Welcome back to Gear Facts, everybody. Today I'm looking at one of Casio's slickest, sleekest keyboards, the WK6600. 76 keys, a whole bunch of tricks up at the sleeve. Let's see what it sounds like. When reviewing a keyboard, normally I go through a whole lot of the basic sounds and then move on to the more complex stuff. I think we're going to rush into the fun stuff this time though, because that's where the action is with the WK6600. Like many Casio models at the higher end, it has an arpeggio, which is great fun to use. Gotta watch your timing though, let's try again. And I'm really glad it has this feature because a lot of the synthesizer sounds are pretty disappointing. Very outdated. I do like these tones that work in fifths though. They're also great with arpeggios. Okay, again I've messed up the timing. Alright, focus. Interesting to see on the back it's got a mic input socket with its own level control. You should also be able to apply the internal effects. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I was literally unable to demonstrate it for you. At this end we've got USB and an SD card slot. Handy. But I ran into problems with this feature too. First of all, I formatted the SD card and it took ages. As you can see, this is at 10 times normal speed. And then actually using the SD card involves a cryptic series of mixed key presses, followed by a disappointing discovery that I couldn't play any of my own MIDI files. The only ones I seemed to be able to play were ones that were generated on the keyboard. I'll say at this point that the operating system is a bit classically Casio, weird to navigate, and you just seem to constantly hit dead ends. Let's see if Moki likes it. That's about her usual level of enthusiasm. Let's take a look at effects on this pad sound. The effects are plentiful and quite adaptable. I thought this tremolo sounded pretty good. A lot of these sounds have subtle effects preset. Okay, so moving on to horns. There are some good horn sounds, but it quickly moves into a more electronic synthesized kind of tone, so let's kick off a beat. I went a bit off topic there. Let's get back to these pad sounds and the effects. Oh, okay, well I'll let you be the judge. I really did like the world music section though. Arguably, some of these instruments are better sampled than the mainstream ones like piano and guitar. Like this one. Very authentic. And there are tons of drum kits. As with the world music instruments, I found the world music percussion to be original, refreshing and fun to use. All the world music sets have standard percussion at the lower end as well. Okay, now I'll show you some sounds that I made myself. And since I seem to be following no specific order with this video, I'll skip back to the organ sounds. It does have a fast and slow rotary effect, but you can only change from fast to slow when you're deep in the edit mode. It's extremely awkward to use and no good for performance. But some of these organ sounds really are very good. Ah, wouldn't it be great if it all sounded that good? Okay, so what should we move on to next? There's this gentle piano sound. Unlike most Casio keyboards though, the dual sounds here come on very strong, very loud and a little bit garish. Let's experiment with that a little bit. But dual sounds are great to experiment with. Let's hear some more keyboard sounds. Reasonably good velocity response. Okay, guitars and basses. Which leads somewhat jarringly into the strings section. This is a good place to once again explore our effects. Like so much of this keyboard though, I find myself wanting the effects just to be a little bit better. Maybe not so cheesy and obvious. Once again, tremolo saves the day. Well, I'm over my usual time limit for demos, and I think we've covered just about everything. Here's the pitch bender. Works on percussion as well. Thank you if you're still watching this far into the video, everybody. My summary is, great looking keyboard, looks really nice in the studio, and quite fun to use. I was a little bit disappointed in the quality of the effects, but the broad availability of sounds really makes up for it. This is a great all-purpose keyboard. Thanks for watching Gear Facts. See you on the next one.